Here we are at another episode of If Be Your Will podcast, where we reach across the world finding indie artists. And today I've got three amazing artists coming in. Call Me Spinster. Love the name. Three sisters from, I hope I don't get this wrong, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I have Rosalie, I have Rachel, and I have Amelia. Now, I'm sure that's not what you call each other, but there we go. I got your names officially out there. And they write their songs are have this old time flair to them, but this beautiful modern pop aesthetic to them as well. So we're going to kind of dive in to how all this started. My first question to you is always, I'd like to know where it all started from. And now you guys are three sisters. You grew up together. Like, when did music really start to click for the three of you as like, hey, yeah, we all like this. We like singing together. We like, do you remember those early moments when the three of you started to gel around music?
Well, yes, our parents were music teachers. So we were kind of, they sang us to sleep. We were forced to sing at the library but we didn't really I don't know if we really, maybe Rachel more so, but enjoyed it until we were adults and kind of got away from it. And we had one summer where we had some cousins getting married and they asked us to do some music, and we got together because we were all free in the summer and started sister bands. And we were like, this is really fun. We don't fight.
But was that the nucleus of it? It was family saying, hey, we want you guys to come in and sing at our events. Is that the kernel of when things started to happen?
I think so. Actually, Amelia got married
that's
10, about, 12 years ago. And we, our sort of toast to her husband was a song. We were like, well, we aren't good with speeches, so our speech is our song, is an old Andrew Sisters cover. And I think that might have been what planted the seed for our cousin, who was like, oh, you guys do that thing? All right, you're hired. And then we spent a summer, well, not a summer, but a week or two in the summer trying to get some rep together to do a sort of cocktail hour of music for her. And then we kind of moved through the ranks of the cousins getting married, and we did it again for another cousin. So it started out with these sorts of familial homework assignments, and then we just kind of loved it.
Yeah. And part of the impetus too of the wedding toast was our grandfather's accordion. We grew up singing together, but been doing some obligatory piano lessons, but not really playing instruments as much. And Rachel had done some percussion in college and beyond, and Rosie played flute in band. I mean, it's just a little here and there, but when our grandmother died, we found this accordion that we had heard of for years because they were Amish. Our father was actually born Amish, and they're, as you may know, not allowed to play instruments. And so part of his naughty Rumspringa time was calling barn dances for a bunch of other naughty Amish kids. And so we didn't know that accordion still existed. And so we found it, and I was grabbed it before any of the other cousins could get to it. And I was like, I want to do some YouTube University. I want to learn how to play this. So the accordion was also, I think, what spurred it a little bit. And then we just sort of accumulated these instruments and tried to learn how to play them real quick in our late 20s, early 30s. So it's been recent.
That's cool. Yeah.
Coalesced.
And what cover songs did you guys decide to start to cover? Because I know that you guys started writing after you had kind of were doing covers, and like what would spur on like, yeah, we got to do this cover? Like, how would you guys decide upon the three of you together? Yeah, let's choose this cover.
The first time we made this mixed CD that because one of the summers we drove all the way out from Chattanooga, Wisconsin. I was in Minnesota at the time to Washington to stay at our friend's tiny house to practice music. And so everybody decided to some covers that we wanted to listen to and see if we wanted to play them on the way out. So we all had made this mix CD. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and it was such a weird hodgepodge. I mean, some of them were, a lot of them were just our favorite songs, like "Love Cats" by The Cure. Was an early one. A lot of 80s, 90s.
Call Me by Blondie.
Which turned into a triptych with Drake and Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. So that was one of our earliest mashups. So we thought we did kind of a few mashups early on.
Prince songs.
Prince, of course. Some like 90s boy band stuff. Dating. So I don't know. So just really random. I mean, we're actually working on a song from London Calling right now, All Lost in the Supermarket, because it's one of my favorite songs since I was in 8th grade. And I think just recently listening to it, we're like, this feels really relevant to our 30-year-old mom lives right now. Like, finally learn this. So I don't know.
That's cool.
Pretty random.
I think one of the common misconceptions, because we get a lot of people saying like, "Oh, you should cover
Feist."
Yeah, Feist or the Bangles or and we're like, we do. It's like it's hard to cover songs that are already by female artists with
vocal heavy
with harmonies, because it's like they already did it perfect. Well. Why are we going to do a perfect version? So we like to find some more sort of unusual versions that would really be fun to hear on accordion or with 3-part harmony or with an upright bass, bringing our spin to it.
Right. And how do you guys do your vocals? Like, does one of you do the lower and the mid and the high, or is it always kind of fluctuating depending on what the song is?
Well, Rosie's got the big ears of the sisterhood, so she's usually the one that can be the quickest to come up with the lower part, which is always harder for me to hear. And then Amelia and I can usually find thirds above, no problem. But if we're there's some songs where where it begs a stranger harmony, and that we'll really sit down with and play with more dissonance, more crunchiness. But in general, we kind of open our mouths and it kind of sometimes works, which I've been in other bands and that is not the case. And so that's the fun pro of being a family band, to make up for all the drama.
Yes. The chaos surrounding, yes.
Yeah. It's also been a while since any of us have actually done any music theory, which is, I think, is really good, because we'll make these like mistakes and then we're like have to consider them and be like, oh, actually, like that sounds cool. I don't know. Is that
I don't know what that is.
One of Rosie and I went to school for music, and one of our theory professors is a fan, and he will sometimes do us the great honor of direct messaging us and trying to talk analysis about our music, and we're like, I don't know, Mr. Help me.
We're hanging out a lot in Mixolydian. What's going on? I think
that's cool.
So this is a really fun journey to kind of come at it from a different perspective altogether, where I'm just now trying to start learning that stuff. And so I think that it's been helpful to kind of have both, where we don't write songs based on chord structures. Typically, it's like we'll come up with a melody and then retrofit chords and harmonics to the melody and the thing that exists. So maybe these are backwards.
I'd like to ask each of you, like, what if, like, Rosie, what do your other two sisters bring to Call Me a Spinster?
Oh my
like,
gosh.
what are the things that they bring in that you're just, you know, in awe about, or that you appreciate that they bring to the band?
Well, it's funny that Amelia, you know, she's saying, like, I don't speak music and all that, but she has one of the, like, most amazing melodic ears and feels for pop and just what feels good and different. And then Rachel does everything. She can play any instrument and like can like fill in. Both of them like write my bass parts all the time, like and listen back and just was really good at filling out songs and then, you know, on an emotional level, everybody brings also an old in a good way.
Rachel, what about you? What do your two sisters bring to the mix that you appreciate?
Yeah, I would agree. Amelia is a very prolific melody writer and comes up with these hooks that are just nuggets of wow. And Rosie is sort of our jazzer. She comes up with these, like, we've been calling them like our Sesame Street on acid songs, which fits her personality too. It's sort of like this, like, creamy. Her 1-year-old's first word was "whoa." What is reality? And so she brings that sort of sensibility, I think, that you hear throughout our music, of this like sort of really vibey vibe. So that's really great. And yeah, I think Rosie's kindness, I think, is really important in the sort of tenements of our band, and I think Amelia is she's a very hardworking individual, and I think it's the power that people.
Cool. Amelia, what about you? What do your sisters bring to this awesome band?
And yeah, I think piggybacking on Rosie's kindness, I think there's Rosie, I think also by nature of being the last child, is very much a watcher and a listener, which means that she's often catching things that like we're both musically and you know, things in sort of the business side of the band that we, especially my like diesel engine, I'll just like all over. And so yeah, things about like a lot of times I'll write an email and then I'll say, Rosie, can you look at it and make it nice? Or you know, before going into recording, she'll be like, why are we singing this thing right now? Like there's something weird that needs to be ironed out. I don't know. And I think one of Rachel's greatest superpowers is performance, and that's something that I think Rosie and I tend to be a little more shy about that aspect. I feel a lot safer in the recording. You know, it's just very new to me, and I think Rachel just super comes alive and you know, can carry a show when we're all crapping our drawers, and has got that sparkle.
It's cool. I love your support system. Like you guys seem super close, and well, obviously you love each other, but there's like this underlying like thread throughout where it's just warm and happy, and I'm sure there's other times that are not so much, but so, so your first release, your EP that you put out December 2020, the alternate route referred to a dash of 60s soul here and a dish of 70s sunshine pop there. What's the difference between what's coming out in April to your first EP? How would you guys describe the differences or the evolution perhaps of your sound? Because I mean, Potholes is, I've had the pleasure of listening to it, and it's really solid. And I've listened to the EP. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that. How's that sound evolved over time?
Sure. I think one of the things we decided while we were recording was just to like not worry about genre or sticking to one, and just like accepting the fact that our voices are all over it. We're going to sound like us. We have the instruments that we play, and make each song the way we want it to feel. And yeah.
So I think the EP in some ways was, what Joni Mitchell says, songs are like tattoos, right? So it's the EP was that time, which was a really incredible time for just memorable time because it was right as COVID was hitting. And so it's a very, that EP was run over and over and over and over again and drawn out the process all over the course of those early months of COVID, of us trying to figure out how to record, us trying to figure out. So we hear those sorts of that turmoil and also that joy. And that, whereas I think Potholes to me feels, and I'm probably projecting this, but it feels like more of a choice, like more of like, these are the songs we want, these are how we want them. We walked into the studio ready to record them. They were fully baked. And so I think it's a maturity difference for me, maybe. I don't know.
And just more time to play. And it's a full record. So it's just broader. And so we were able to sort of run the gamut from these extremely pared down, like potholes, just as piano and vocals, and to these incredibly layered, synthy, noisy, sprawly songs. And so I think we're just enjoying that playground of recording and accepting it as something different than our live shows. Though I think we're experimenting still there as well. How many cans can we grow and buttons can we push? And so we'll at a live show we'll play banjo, guitar, upright bass, synths, sometimes glockenspiel, sometimes at the time just among the three of us, and then sometimes we'll rope in Rachel's husband on guitar, but it's sonically more narrow than obviously what we can do in recording. So I think we're just continuing. I mean, I'm working on string arrangements for the next one right now, and so we'll just, I think we're excited to just be kind of on the upward slope of exploring sonically.
Right, cool.
Our producer that we worked with, Drew, I will always remember, he said, we could do your songs with just the three of you in a living room and just you knock it out in one take, and that would be a beautiful preservation. But I think your songs deserve bigger. And so we've kind of, like, as scary as that was to hear in the moment, I think we found a lot of truth to that. So we're trying to not pull back from going all out. And finding other, the tiny desk version and the everything in between.
Right. And has the songwriting process changed with Potholes? Because I know the COVID with the EP, and it was long and drawn out, and you guys are having to record it all, at different homes and whatnot. Do you find that there's something in Potholes that that your process has changed at all from your first EP? The writing process in particular?
I think our time is so stretched. Still, I mean, we both the EP came out of my earliest era of motherhood, so I was, trying to start a band and start a family at the same time, and these guys now are in that zone. And so I think when we do the few little moments where we carve out very intentionally to sit down and write a song, like something happens during that time. And sometimes it's like we'll go into the bathtub and we're like, we're not coming out until we have that thing. And but it's like such small snippets that I feel like that's still how we're writing. It's like we have those little moments of time, and then we accumulate enough of those in voice memos on our phone that when we finally kind of sit down to flesh it out, we're still doing this kind of quilting process of putting together pieces and alley-ooping someone's verse or whatever.
Right.
So some of these songs that are on Potholes were written originally at the time of our EP, and then they've just kind of evolved and changed meaning with us.
Feet was one of our earliest songs, and we always thought of it as like a dance pop song, but we didn't have a synthesizer at that time, so we were playing it on an accordion and a bass. but we always thought of it like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So your new record comes out in April, right? Hitting the world April 12th. What does the next, handful of months, 2024, the rest of it, like, what does that look like for you guys? How is that going to evolve? I see that you guys have some tour dates that are coming up. What else is going on here in 2024 for you? Call me a spinster.
So, Rose, we have band baby number 5 on the way. So we're going to maternity leave for Rosie to have her first girl. And then we're hoping to jump back into it around in the fall. So we're putting our music out to hopefully festivals and trying to definitely get back to South by Southwest next spring. And then we also really have almost a whole album's worth of music still to record. So,
and I'm going to have 2 kids in school in the fall for the first time. And I have so many songs that are percolating.
You're going to have so much time on your hands.
I'm going to write our double double disc record. So excited.
And I'm really excited for this tour because we get to go back up. We're going up to where we're from originally, which is we get to see all of our old school friends and stuff. And we haven't really, we played up there like a long time ago, but it's been a while. And then go through Wisconsin and Illinois, which me and Rachel spend a lot of time there. So
amazing. And like, what are these tours look like with babies coming, children? Like, how do you guys manage? Because a tour just on itself, I mean, it takes a lot of focus, a lot of organizing. I can't even imagine throw some children in the mix. How do you guys do it?
Our parents are incredibly supportive for sure. So this time around, one's going to be staying back with his dad, and your mother-in-law, and then the other three are coming up, and we'll stay with our folks while we go off
St. Paul,
in
Minnesota.
And then
So that'll be our home base, and then they'll come. But it's always such a jockeying. We just did a budget the other day for fall, and a lot of it's chalk. But our parents live here part time, and they live downstairs in the basement part time in this place. So, and they've been incredibly supportive, as have our partners and in-laws. Everybody is here for the most part. Rosie's in-laws come in and out, and I've got 2 sets of grandparents here from my people. So anyway, and also we just watch each other's kids all the time. So everybody works some sort of part-time job for the most part. And so I'll get Rosie's kid this afternoon.
Rosie's taking my kid.
Well, I raised Rosie's kid yesterday. She brought my kid home from school. So we're just very lucky that's part of why this band is happening, is because it's we can all be together and not go crazy in this,
Yeah. In our field of education, which the 3 of you are in, I'm in as well, we always say it takes a village, right, for one kid. I guess it takes a village also for a band to find their dreams, and pursue them, which is amazing. Great to have family and friends that can support you guys doing something that you're passionate about. And I've felt that the whole time together here with you guys, is that passion. I wish you a ton of success, and with the new record coming out, and the tours, and the kids, and the new babies, and I really, really enjoyed this conversation. You guys are a pretty awesome band to talk with.
So nice.
Well, you guys take care, and I'll definitely be following you as you venture through, and when the new record comes out, and who knows, maybe you'll make it up to the Great White North at one point, and we'll
Yeah.
I have a name on it.
Why not?
Right on. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
Yeah.
The sunset, but I'm gonna kneel. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to say I'm wrong? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to cut you down? All I know is that the answer is much bigger found. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn them down. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, let them drown. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn them down. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, let them drown. You down. All I know is that the answer is much better found. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn them down. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, let them drown. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn them down. Burn the boxes, burn the boxes, burn the boxes.